Dreams of glass and colours bright fill my heart with a wondrous sight. The potter's shop is a prism of light, sparkling gems of colour in sight. A vessel of each hue and hue, a liquid inside to view, mysteries of colour to explore, the potter's shop an ocular chore. Sapphire phylacteries and emerald filters, ruby crucibles and cobalt crucifers, all connected with glass tubes in a maze that was a sight to amaze. I pestered him with questions so bold. What is this? What is that? Tell me what's in this one, I've been told. His words were cryptic, his focus intense. With thick glass lenses, his eyes did not flinch. He spoke with a vocabulary so grand, words I'd never heard and couldn't understand. Philosophia, a word I recall. He said it meant love of knowledge for all. A thick square bottle of sky blue he picked up. Peering through it, his thoughts began to set up. Dreams are gods of memory, he did say. Whispers of our world along the way. In a jar stood a liquid dark as night, darker than stars without any light. A mystery before me, I sought to understand. What was this darkness I could not comprehend? He spoke with such awe, his words ringing clear, that this black void seemed to be quite queer. He picked up a feather and dipped it within. As he told me what I saw was a chance to begin. Infinite possibilities, though I could not perceive. The word he wrote on the vellum was GENIE, believe. I awoke in the morning light. The sun was shining brightly. I pondered the genie and his word of the night. The stone was not a stone, he said, and with clarity I could see that it was something more than what it seemed to be. So I went my way, and with haste I did flee, away from the genie, to ponder and think, what could it be? Dreams and thoughts filled my head, and I felt a sudden glee. The stone was not a stone, I knew, for it was knowledge I could now see. I remember that morning, in a dewy blue field. My parents were frantic, for my safety they'd plead. I rushed off to see the potter, for answers I'd seek. But all I found was a candle burned down to its peak. The potter was writing, he didn't even look up. A chalice of clay lay broken and tattered in a cup. He said, "Go home, child, there's no more to see. You have all the answers that you'll ever need." My father weaves with words of old, for tales of our kin to unfold. In the warp and woof of every blanket, and every basket and winter cap, he led me to the standing stones, where the sea pods scraped along the stone. As I watched my father braid and weave, his stories of our kin I did receive. Silent hugs and a knowing look, my father shared his stories in a book. "Do you know why you are special, Lula?" said he with a task to explore. "Because I am the youngest," I guessed, though he laughed at my thoughts some more. He said, "There's something else that makes me rare," and he started to weave with some grass. Some are hunters, and some are foragers. Some are builders, and some are collectors. Just like my mother, a walker, born with a fierce curiosity to explore. Beyond the next horizon, his eyes shone on this gift I was blessed evermore. He paused and looked at me, his eyes so full of pride, and spoke these words of wisdom that I still keep inside. You are unique, and something more, a weaver and a walker. Your destiny to make and create, a maker of your own maker. He then gave me a glass bracelet and a knowing look, as a reminder of the hidden depths that lay beneath the nook. Almost nothing is as it appears. So much more lies beneath, history and secrets, each one a part of the whole beneath. He said this so calmly, with a twinkle in his eye, for I knew that no matter what, his words would never lie. The path I choose to take will shape the story of us all. To make sure it's a good one, I'd best take heed the call. I'll make my own decisions, my path I shall make clear, and when I meet the genie, I'll have no cause to fear. What is this life but an introduction so long? The decisions I make will be where I belong. My father spoke of a genie long ago, that was said to bring sweet fortune and woe. My mother, she heard of the story too, and soon she was searching for it, it's true. She longed to be a weaver, not a walker, but could find no way to become the talker. Feeling sad, she left one day, to find the genie on her way. Did she find what she was looking for? Did the genie bring her a new life to explore? We'll never know until she returns, but I'm sure she found the genie's magical yearns. The clockmaster had a dream to make machines that never tire, that could move and lift and clear and never got mired. He worked hard and made machines of steam, but the people didn't understand. They feared his strange dream. So he moved away to the city and made his machines there. The people still talked of him, though they were unaware that the clockmaster had made great things that changed the land. And his machines still hum today, an ever-present hand. He caught me playing by the wheel and sat me down on a metal stump. He said, "I know you, Lula," in a gentle voice that was neither harsh nor gruff. He said, "You have the weaver's child. Your inquisitive mind is wild. We are not so very different, you and I." His words were warm, kind, and mild. The people may say he's insane. They fear his contraptions, though they can't explain. He furrows his brow, his gaze to the town, where people go about their day up and down. In a hushed voice he says, with a smirk, what they really dread is the truth to uncover. The truth of who they really are. That knowledge deep down they would never dare. The machine nearby stops, curiosity in its eyes, as it looks upon them, as if to realize. Lula, you must know that life's not a show, that some may think is full of magic and woe. The truth is much simpler, with no room for quibble, for it's just the time and the right kind of fiddle that can bring about life. That's not some great riddle, it's natural and inevitable, not a trick of the middle. So don't be afraid of the machines and their noise. For life is not just a thing meant for boys, it's a force of nature, and nothing to fear, for with this knowledge we can move forward and persevere. What they really fear in the face of their reflection is the thought that they too are a machine's conception. Though they think they are free, they are no more than a rat, unable to break out of their life's maze-like trap. He sighed, and then said as he walked away, "Lula, now go, machines need work today." He looked back and said with a voice so wise, "Stay curious, Lula, and open your eyes. Explore and find the genie and never give in. Question it all, the power is within." Question it all, I hear the voice in my head. My dreams of gods, the shaman said. Will their choices be the right ones made? Will the machines ever dream and take the time to learn, to choose, to be the kind of beings we all can see? It all sounds so absurd, I know, but still I must this thought bestow, that we must question, never cease, in the search for life's peace. The clockmaster was mad, 'tis true. The stories of the shamans seemed so true. Should one dare to question what's been taught? Could it be that one'd go madly fraught? If I doubt the tales of the wise shamans, they may think me mad and wicked too. But there's one thing I know in my heart, that I'm not the one who's off the mark. So perhaps it's best if I just let be. The shamans are wise and can't be wrong. Let's trust their stories and leave it at that, and not question them, lest we become mad. I dreamt of a carnival so bright it came to our village one night. The storm clouds loomed and winds did blow, tents and streamers to and fro. The hawker in his top hat cried, "Come one, come all and decide. Adventures or horrors you shall find. A game for $70, yours to bind." The people, with eyes so wide and blank, filled in slowly with no rank. They came to the tent of mystery, to test their wits and guile, you see. Rushing through the forest, a stag in sight, my heart racing fast with a great delight, for memories of days of wandering free had come back to me in a wild reverie. The scent of the green so fresh in the air, the singing of birds, I could not help but stare, when, round the corner, a crashing sound, a stag was there, fleet-footed I found. A stag so stricken, fear and pain, an arrow piercing through his frame. He stumbled to the ground at my feet, his breathing laboured, no reprieve. The Fletcher's shot was not so true. How far had he before he fell, his chest now heaving, fighting death? How long before his last breath? I stroked his fur and whispered lies, that all would soon be fine. His eyes were pleading to the skies, but he could not survive this time. An exhalation, and he was still. The world was cloaked in grief. Why did I have to bear the will and witness his relief? I have held the dying in my arms, so frail and pale, their eyes so dim, no more their tale. My faith in fate, it had been shattered. No gods, no heaven, no afterlife mattered. The shamans had lied to make us content, no divine power to make us repent. My broken heart, it could not mend. The pain of life, it would never end. Such falsehoods that deceive and hurt make us live life in low alert, making us think the present is not worth a dime, as if we're waiting for a future time. We pass the days in idle reverie, hoping for more, but life passes quickly. The moments we have all fleet away, and we've nothing left to show for our day. I've now realised faith is a cruel lie that tricks us into believing that nothing can die. But life is fleeting and moments will pass, and nothing will stay in our grasp. The world may be broken, but still they persist. Their minds are closed and empty, not knowing what they miss. No truth can touch them, though it's right before their eyes. They wander through life, believing their own lies. For they fear death, knowing of its certain end. The truth they deny, a journey they pretend. Without knowledge, they wander through life in a daze. Loving themselves, they wander in a maze.